Here. Hello, everyone. I gotta get my stand. Oh, oh my gosh, it's here. This is my cowlicks. Hold on. My cowlicks are with me every single day. This is why my hair stands up like that. See? And I just cut my hair last night. I cut off about 3 inches. I had a lot of hair, as you can see. I just cut it. And show everybody. Watch this. Oh, so exciting. Woo-hoo. Here I go. Look at this. Oh my god. Look at that. My hair. I'm saving the hair because I gotta make I have to be the stylist for my Barbie dolls because all the Barbies only have like blonde hair, red hair. I haven't seen any gray haired dolls yet. So I have to bag that up and create a I'm gonna make a weave for my dolls. Why not, right? Look. I have all these beautiful dolls. Right? Look. Look. Oh, hold on. Look, here we go. Look, I have all these beautiful dolls. I just bought this one. Isn't she gorgeous? Look at her. Her skin is like my skin tone. Oh, I love it. Look at them. Look at all my babies. But none of them have gray hair. I need to get dressed. Who told you to walk around naked? No. Oh, we bought this in Canada, my husband and I, when we went up to Canada. Oh, this is some of the hair for the weave. Now I have pieces are longer. This is Aladdin. This is, I have a name to, actually I was calling her Melissa when I did, I was doing a setup for the RHONJ, and they were doing their, reunion. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. But, in other breaking news, oh, go ahead. Well, look at that hair. I have to cut more off. I have to go in with my razor and shear it because I have right here this part of my hair. This part is just have a but anyway, this piece right here, I mean, I could probably grow weaves for like hundreds of people. I have like just like really heavy and back here. But today I want to talk about the fact that all this stuff that we're dealing with here in America, all of this stuff could have truly been avoided. And the fact that we are in this predicament is it's a very bad reflection on our governing body, you understand? And we don't have a sound, stable administration. The only one who is stable is Marco Rubio. I feel that he's a stable individual, and he's well-spoken and articulate. J.D. Vance needs to resume applying makeup. J.D. Vance is basically about as useless as tits on a bow. You say it in Spanish. Anyway, and now Donald is truly regretting the fact that he opted to select Vance as his VP. But as in life, we do learn through experience, right? And the experience that our country is currently experiencing is really effed up. And it's effed up to the point now that diehard Republicans, diehard individuals, they don't even want to acknowledge the fact that they voted for him. So, with that being said, how much was your gas today, everyone? Hold on, I gotta get my holder. It's always like an event here. There's always 1,000 things that I have to do all on my own, but I'm doing them as I go. You're right there. Can't see. I gotta put my glasses on. I can see long distance, so I could drive. So if anybody needs a driver, $50 an hour. I've done that too. I worked as a driver. Well, a chauffeur basically. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Okay, here I go. I'm back. I gotta I had to pull my hair back only because it's very bulky and it's like super heavy. But anyway, I'm gonna put my thing over here. Yeah, so like everything that our country is experiencing is really very, very bad. And I mean, we look like, we look like freaking morons to the rest of the world. We honestly, literally do. And the fact that people are still supporting him, people, and I'm like, okay, but not really having much knowledge, you understand? Not really having much knowledge, only going by what the media shows. And the media, I learned a long time ago, the purpose of the media is to exasperate. You understand? They exasperate situations, not exasperate, they exaggerate, and they you'll notice, right, when reporters are talking, like how they'll do this thing, like, and this, and then, like, and then, like, they jump, like, and this, and, oh. It's like they teach you that in reporting school, journalism 101. You have to show emphasis, and when you're speaking, and genuflex, move your shoulders. It's like, and the saddest thing is that people believe what they see. And the media, mass marketing does that. And people are like, it's like, you can, listen, I can go ahead, I can conjure up some creation and make, say, a face cream, right? And then advertising. But, and then people will buy this crap, right? People will buy this crap. And, oh, it makes your skin looks, you can look 30 years younger. If you apply this cream, your wrinkles will disappear. You won't even realize you ever had wrinkles. And those crow's feet? What crow's feet? They're flying. Let's rejuvenate. It's only $350. All you have to do is sell your soul. And if you buy this, well, I assure you that the clock will go back and your husband or boyfriend won't recognize you. He'll think you're his girlfriend. No. Listen, people. Hello. Suya. Hi. Cool name. Suya Ranga. Hello. Salam alaikum, everybody. Yeah, so anyway, people believe anything. They believe anything. They listen to these podcasts and they don't realize who these people are being paid by, all right? And they don't realize the fact that their purpose is to promote the ideology of the Republicans because it gives them more money. Everything comes down to money. You understand? Everything comes down to money in this world. And the fact that what annoys me so much, and I've shared this, is that people who have benefited from social services at points in their life, whether it be 6 months, 3 months, 20 years, whatever, and then they feel that, well, oh, the migrants. Ain't no freaking migrant taking your job, sister or brother. Ain't no migrant taking your job. Because if you want a job, you get your ass out there and you get a job. Okay? So that's a bunch of ish that has been dispersed. All right? And it's been dispersed, but now you see, now the mist of that dispersed delusion, all right? The myth of that dispersed delusion is now evident in everyone's pocketbooks. And they don't like that. No me gusta. So, this freaking thing. It's actually not this. It's because this house is at a pitch. Anyway, at least I'm leveled. Thank God for that. Because the shit around me has always been unleveled and people would always BS, and that's like politics. Politics is life. Politics is when, well, it has a big effect on everyone's lives, as we see, right? You know? So what else is the latest now? As everyone recalls, the Donald said that, well, there's no money for Medicare or Medicaid or child care or health care, because, well, we have to occupy East Asia, which was then named the Middle East because of the Balfour Declaration. You see, with historical context, people have no clue about, and then they talk and they sound like as if they're in the second grade because they don't have the clear, concise details, but they're parroting podcasters. They're parroting Fox News. Right? So, like I said, if there's a leak, I will find the well. And I've been like that my entire life. I shared the story of when my son's father, he was in the military, And I had an ongoing child support case. I found out he was in the military. As soon as I found out, the next day I called up DC. Listen, yo, my son's father's in the military. Here's his name. Here's his social. Where's my money? Make it happen. In 3 weeks, I was getting checks. You know, so that's how I am. That's how I am, and I've always been that way. So I would recommend, strongly suggest to people that when you hear news, research what is being said to you, research the messenger, okay, research the Murdoch messenger, okay, because Fox News and all these other stuff, all right, they dominate the market, and by dominating the market, you therefore increase your messaging, all right. So when the messaging is always towards a negative and only speaking of everything, like it's just what it is. It's what it is. So our whole system is so busted and broken. It's horrible. It's really, really horrible. And because of all this tension that has been created because of this individual, all right, and the policies of Project 2025 and the disappearing of migrants and unaliving of migrants and the raping of migrants, okay, and the minor children. So they have screwed up royally, and they're all going to be held liable for all of their actions. Every single last one of them will be held liable, all right? Every last one of them. And if you notice also, Core Civic, which runs all government entities, right? As far as paying your taxes, your water bills, etc., etc., etc. Research who owns them. What a coinky-dink, right? What a coinky-dink. So all of this stuff is basically, it's like a big catch-22, because these things that go on, it's like it'll benefit one country, one group, but while it's benefiting that group, it's creating mass destruction for others. So this is how the political game is played. So people keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. A lot of people have that in mind, and a lot of people are very, very angry and upset at this insanity that, well, for those who voted for him. I would not vote for him. I mean, Biden and Kamala, there were no bargain. There's no bargain. I think all, the left and the right together, I would literally take each party. I would sanitize each and every one of them, and any one of them who has accepted any money from lobbyists and from AIPAC, they are no longer going to be in any elected official. Those individuals will then become part of the AIPAC Country Club. There you go. A money marketing idea. You can make another couple of billions. The AIPAC Country Club. Chuck Schumer will be the lead delegate, right? Chucky, all right? Hire Richie Torres, Hakeem Jeffries. Hey, you know what? You know, Mike Johnson, he can go get his little Playboys, you know, and he could, you know, while reading the Bible, and the Lord said, right? Mike Johnson, Lindsey Johnson, right? Yeah, you people have. How do we get here? How do we get here? Being stable, being even keel, managing, getting through stuff, right? And doing things in steps, So that's what's needed. That's what's needed. And I'm here for it. But anyway, everybody have a good one. I hope my words of wisdom enlighten some people. And if you don't like what I have to say, bye-bye. It's okay. Because you're not going to agree with everyone. You're not going to like everyone. And you're not going to vibe with everyone. And that's okay. Because I vibe on my own energy. I don't need... No, I don't. I'm not a codependent. I'm not a needy person. I'm never, ever, ever needy. I hate that when I see people do that. I'm like, can I slap you a couple times and wake you the F up? Wake up! You don't need nobody. No, but a lot of people are very like, I was like that. I used to cry in bad haircuts. Oh, God, my hair. I, I'm very, I'm very sensitive, but I'm also very strong and very, like my sensitive side doesn't show, because it's like I'm not gonna. I just don't have to show that sensitive side. I mean, of course, I'm not subhuman. I had sangre in my body. Not piss and vinegar like some people, but you just have to be able to hold on your own. I mean, it's hard for people to do that. It really, really is. I mean, I'm not saying I'm no exception to anybody's rule, but it's just like you can't be soft with people. You can't be soft with your kids. I'm not saying to beat them up and abuse them and starve them and hang them by their feet in a closet, but if you give in to every whim of a child, you create a demon. And see, I did that with my son, but then to a point where when my husband Peter was like, no, stop. And because I used to spoil him. I really did. And well, anyway, but he's got to get his life together. He's got to get his himself sober and cleaned up, because he's obviously in a very distressed state, and I can't do nothing about it. I could have been able to do something about it, but as I shared my story, the SOBs at the New York State Court, you're a bunch of useless sacks of poo-poo, yes, you all are, because you got to keep the lights on there, right? You have to have people coming back, right? So, but any case, such BS with my son in the courts. This kid actually, I have been the disciplinarian, and I'm no joke, okay? He was very nurtured, very loved, very cared for. But no, you're not going to pull any shit with me, period. I'm sorry, you're just not. That's it. So I'm considered a general, all right? I'm the general. I'm the drill sergeant. But how else are you supposed to be with your child? Are you supposed to pamper their asses and give them everything? No, you don't. You don't. To a point, yeah. But as they get older, no. You're going to learn the word no. That's it. Donald, did you ever learn the word no? I doubt it. Because you see him, he's like, I actually, as much as I despise this man's behavior, from one human to another, I have compassion for him, because he's a total imbecile. He's really an imbecile. He's someone who has no common sense when it comes to government. He's someone who just needs to swindle and grift along. Grift until you take your last breath, Donald Trump. But you don't need to be our president no more. Nothing personal, okay, buddy? But yeah. So that's how it goes. But anyway, everybody have a great day. Have a safe day. Try to help somebody if you can. Like I said, I don't mean you have to buy somebody a freezer full of food, but if you have extra, you can pick something up, drop it off at a food pantry, whatever. Because it's not all about you. That's the difference between me and a lot of other people. It's all about them. It's like, oh, mine. Yeah, yours. But guess what, brother and sister? Yours has to go out into the world and mix with everyone else. So keep that in your mind, okay? And then the world will be a better place. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, and remember, always do the right thing like you're being watched, because you are. We all are. Bye-bye.